Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. You are the Father, I am a king. Mold me and meet me. This is what I pray. Choose my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. You are the Father, I am a king. Mold me and make me. This is what I pray. You are the Father, I am a king. Mold me and make me. This is what I pray. Teach my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Teach my heart, oh God, may I be like you.
We're now in Genesis chapter 5. The story of chapter 4 continues on into chapter 5. It is the genealogy of Adam. It starts with a reminder of the blessing that Adam was created in the likeness of God. And we see the generation come and go, each ending in death, the result of sin. We see the expanding population, growth of civilization, at ang mga tao ay nagpa-prosper despite of curse. At sa kabila nito, God told Adam, you will surely die. So every descendant of Adam is reminded of the truth that came from his sin. So ang kamatayan ay siyang resulta ng kasalanan. Let's start in verses 1 hanggang 24. This is the book of the genealogy of Adam. In the day that God created man, He made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female, and blessed them and called them mankind in the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. After he begat Seth, the days of Adam were 800 years, and he had sons and daughters. So all the days of Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Seth lived 105 years and begat Enoch. After he begat Enoch, Seth lived 807 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enoch lived 90 years and begat Canaan. After he begat Canaan, Enoch lived 815 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 905 years and he died. Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel. After he begat Mahalalel, Canaan lived 840 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Canaan were 910 years and he died. Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. After he begat Jared, Mahalalel lived 830 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years and he died. Jared lived 162 years and begat Enoch. After he begat Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared were 962 years and he died. Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. After he begat Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch were 365 years and Enoch walked with God and he was not, for God took him. So it's all about genealogies. Dito makikita natin na puro mga genealogies. The Bible runs down Cain's genealogy. If you remember, for a short distance, just to show yung depravity, yung wickedness na nag-exist na sa sangkatawan. But hindi nagpatuloy because hindi naman ito relevant. Only those person whose genealogies na maglilid sa Messiah or kay Jesus ang mahalaga. And that is what is followed. Yung genealogy dito sa chapter 5 moves the story of the Bible mula kay Adam papunta kay Noah. At it provides the connection sa pagitan ng creation papunta sa days of Noah. In a sense na, kumbaga ito ay prologue to Genesis chapter 6 and that is the story of the flood. The prologue shows na yung pagpatuloy ng sin ng sangkatauhan and yung the underlying message is that ang problema sa sangkatauhan ay ang kasalanan at ito ay nagpapatuloy at habang na dumadami ang mga tao, ang kasalanan din ay nagpapatuloy at mas lalong itong nag-widespread or nag-spread. At the beginning of this prologue na pinaalala sa atin na nilikha ni God si Adam in His likeness. So inilarawan na dito na ang Diyos ay kumbaga siya yung ama ng sangkatauhan. He created them, male and female. Then Adam, at the young age of 130, nagkaroon siya ng son in His likeness. God made Adam in His own likeness, righteous, holy, perfect, and happy. Seth is born of Adam in His likeness. In this likeness, we can know na ang image ng Diyos ay naipasa through Adam to Seth. But of course, naipasa din ang kasalanan, ang sinfulness. So si Seth ay siya ay may godly na character, of course, but of course siya din ay makasalanan because yung sin, ito ay na-transferred, yung sin nature ay transferred maging sa anak ni Adam. Now, yung isang critical part sa genealogy dito ay si Adam, he had sons and daughters. Then mapapansin natin dito na nabuhay siya, nagkaroon ng anak, but then he died. So alam natin na ang kamatayan ay ang siyang kabayaran ng kasalanan. So kumbaga ito na yung normal na part sa naging bahagi nito sa creation, ang kamatayan dahil sa kasalanan. So through the fall of Adams, now dead spiritually, they are physically alive, but eventually they will die kasi dahil sa kasalanan ay meron ng kamatayan. Yung physical ay mababalik sa alabo kasi ito yung mamamatay din. But yung isang malaking apekto ng kasalanan ay yung pagiging patay sa spiritually, dead spiritually. Now, Adam's offspring are described as being in his Adam's likeness or image. Sila po ay alive physically, alive with the ability to reason, but dead spiritually. In fact, in New Testament sa Romans chapter 5 verse 12, ganito din po sa atin na dahil sa kasalanan, we are dead spiritually. Romans chapter 5 verse 12, therefore just as through one man's sin entered the world, and death through sin, and thus death spread to all men because all sin. And in verse 19 of Romans chapter 5, for us by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. So also by one man's obedience, many will be made righteous. So yung sinasabi dito na by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. So dahil sa pagbagsak ni Adam, tayo po ay we are spiritually dead. We became sinners because dahil po sa tayo ay may sin nature na sa atin, and we commit sin because we are sinners and we are spiritually dead. Pero ang good news dito is by one man's obedience many will be made righteous. We become righteous through kay Jesus Christ, through what Jesus has done for us doon sa cross. But notice something else na sinabi dito, na in-emphasize dito ng author sa account na ito. After each man's in the line of Seth is described, the record always end in the same way. And he died. And he died. Paulit-ulit yung salita na ito. So, though, ang mga taong ito ay nabuhay ng matagal na panahon, na kung saan nag-edad sila ng matagal, pero hindi pa rin sila nakalusot sa consequences o sa course ng kasalanan na naidulot ng nagkasala si Adan at Eva. So, perhaps dito nakakatagal na merong 100 years old, pero ang mostly siguro mga 72 years on average ang tumatagal ang buhay. Pero then yung kamatayan ay darating pa rin sa buhay ng tao. And after death is yung darating is judgment. Tayo ay harap sa harapan ng Diyos upang tayo ay hatulan. So imagine, kung itong mga tao ito nabuhay ng matagal, nag-edad sila ng mahabang edad, and maaaring inignore na lang nila dahil matagal lang buhay nila, 700, 800 years of life. So we ask, do these men perhaps na hindi ba nila nakalimutan na mayroong paparating judgment? Maaaring naging kampante na sila, matagal pang ang buhay ko, matagal pang mamatay, and so na wala na sagi sa kanilang isip about sa paghuhukom ng Diyos. And add to that until Adam died, perhaps konti lang ang namamatay kasi matagal nga ang kanilang tinatagal ng buhay nila, 700, 800 years. But the author doesn't want the readers to miss the fact na yung death is common to every man, and it catches up to us eventually. But then we find a curious exception at the seventh in the line of Seth from Adam. Notice dito si Enoch na buhay siya ng 365 years, and in verse 24 sabi dito kinuha siya ni God. God took him. Age is interesting by itself. It suggests a completing of whole. Kumbaga, ito yung ang edad niya na kumpleto na, and then nang dumating na siya sa edad na ito ay kinuha na siya ng Diyos. And pangalawa, si Enoch ay nasa line ni Seth. Nasa ikapitong line ni Seth. Remember na ganun din sa line ni Cain ay si Lamech, at siya ay wicked na tao. Pero si Enoch siya ay godly. He walked with God. Yun yung interesting dito na mapapansin natin. Pareho silang nasa seventh line, pero kung i-compare natin, si Lamech ay wicked. Pinagmalaki pa niya na napatay niya si Cain, at nag-demand pa siya na kung si Cain ay paghiganti ng sevenfold sa kanya ay mas mataas kaysa kay Cain. So we see, kung i-compare natin kay Enoch, siya ay from the line of Seth, siya ay godly. Remember na si Seth ay yung kumbaga substitute kay Abel na dahil pinatay ni Cain si Abel. We see Enoch completing a year's worth of days, and he walked with God. Yung Hebrew word for walk is the same God na kung saan si God ay nag-walk sa garden with Adam. Ibig sabihin nito ay fellowship, close companionship. Fellowship and close companionship. Finally, meron tayong intriguing na end dito patungkol sa life ni Enoch. Sabi dito sa English translation, for he was not, for God took him. Sa Hebrew, dalawang salita, Elohim, to God, and yung pangalawang salita ay lagak, which means receive or caught or kinuha. And maliwanag yung meaning nito na kung saan si Enoch ay hindi nakaranas ng physical na kamatayan. At in-affirm ito sa book of Hebrews, in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 5, by faith Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death. Take note, he did not see death and was not found because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony that he pleased God. So this taking away is unique. So it brings us to the important question, bakit pinili ni God, nag-decision siya na, to end Enoch's life na iba sa mga tao na kung saan yung normal na karanasan na mamatay physically, pero si Enoch ay iba, kinuha siya ng Diyos, hindi siya nakaranas ng physical death. We must consider na what we know comes soon. After ng departure ni Enoch ay darating ang paghuhukom, ang baha, ang flood sa mundo. More specifically, kailangan natin tandaan na sa New Testament ginamit ang flood na story bilang feature ng coming judgment sa sanlibutan. And finally, kung natin yung i-compare yung experience ni Enoch, and then yung promise sa mga mananampalataya sa New Testament na tinatawag na rapture. So, sa Old Testament, mayroong rapture na nangyari at sa New Testament, binanggit din ang rapture. So, Enoch must stand as the opposite to Lamech, the seventh in Cain's line. So, these two men ay same in the seventh line pero magkaiba ang kanilang character and then ang kanilang end ng kanilang life. Si Lamech, for sure he died physically, pero si Enoch hindi siya nakaranas ng physical na kamatayan. He was raptured, kinuha siya ng Diyos. And si Lamech siya ay wicked na tao, but si Enoch ay isang tao na namuhay ng may pananampalataya at pagsunod sa Diyos. He walked with God. And Enoch is taken as he reaches 365 years. At pag complete ng kanyang age, umabot na siya sa age na ito, he is taken by God from the earth. And then a period of time passes for those who remain behind. But then God's judgments, waters come upon the earth. So leaving only mga ilan lang ang naligtas sa judgment nito sa flood. So si Enoch ay simbolo ng mga mananampalataya. And after an appointed period of time and once a completed number is reached, then si Enoch ay kinuha na mula sa sanlibutan. He was taken, caught, removed from the earth. Likewise, sa New Testament, sinabi sa New Testament sa mga mananampalataya or sa church, the church will be removed from the earth. We call that moment when the church is removed. Ang tawag po dito ay rapture. So, si Enoch po ay picture ng habag ng Diyos na kung saan ang mananampalataya ay remove mula sa sanlibutan, kinuha in preparation for the pouring out of judgment. So in Enoch's day, ang judgment ay water. Pero in the future, ang judgment ay fire. The future judgment will be fire. Kagaya ng sinabi ni Peter sa 2 Peter chapter 3. But as Enoch was rescued from the coming flood, so ganun din ang church. Ang mananampalataya ay ililigtas sa final time of judgment na darating sa mundo. But not before Enoch warned the world of that coming judgment, as Jude explains sa Jude 14 hanggang 15. Now Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied about these men also, saying, Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000 of his saints to execute judgment on all, to convict all who are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have committed in an ungodly way, and of all the harsh things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So, ginamit ni God ang buhay ni Enoch para isalarawan, ipakita ang kanyang love, ang kanyang habag sa mga taong sumampalataya sa kanya, sa mga tinawag niya ayon sa kanyang layunin. But ngayon, nagpatuloy dito sa verse 25, back sa Genesis chapter 5, Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And after he begat Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years and he died. So, nabuhay si Methuselah ng mas matagal pa kaysa sa kanyang ama. So, si Methuselah ay nabuhay ng Methuselah lived 187 years. Methuselah lived in verse 26, after he begat Lamech, Methuselah lived 782 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah were 969 years. So his name, ang ibig sabihin ng pangalan niya, when he dies, it shall be sent. Interesting po na meaning ng kanyang pangalan. According to the genealogies in Genesis, sa taon na si Methuselah na namatay ay the same year na ang flood ay dumating din sa mundo. And katugma po ng ang meaning ng kanyang pangalan. When he dies, it shall be sent. So Enoch declared declared even in his son's name a prophetic message warning of the coming judgment. In fact, mapapansin nyo na walang namatay sa line ng Messiah na sa flood. All of them, either namatay sila prior sa flood or na-rapture gaya ni Enoch or na-rescue gaya ni Noah at ng kanyang family. So this is consistent with Peter's teaching that God will rescue the believers, the righteous, from the coming judgment. Verse 28, Genesis chapter 5, Lamech lived 182 years and had a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, this one will comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed. After he begat Noah, Lamech lived 595 years and had sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So si Methuselah ay ama ni Lamech, and he lives longer than his own father. When Lamech named his son, he called him Noah. Sabi niya, he will give us rest sa lahat ng pagpapagal na dulot ng curse dito sa mundo. He will give us rest from our work and from the toil of the curse of the earth. Ang pangalan ng bata ay literally, ang ibig sabihin ng pangalan ng bata ay comfort in the sense of rest. But look at Lamech's statement. Talaga bang ma-accomplish nito ni Noah, or ibig sabihin ng pangalan ni Noah ay talaga ba ito ay mangyayari na will Noah put an end to our work and to the curse of the earth? Of course not. But we can make sense na of Lamech's statement in two ways. First, para bang kanyang sinasabi dito maling same mistake that nagawa ni Eve a few generation earlier. He must have received an indication from God na si Noah ay siya yung mag-play ng special role in God's plan ng pagliligtas o redemption. But then Lamech went too far and assumed Noah was to be the promised seed or yung Messiah. Maling-mali siya kung ito yung ibig sabihin niya nito. Kung ito yung pananaw niya. So Lamech names Noah and claims he will put an end to the curse and bring our work to an end. So clearly he was wrong. And by his statement, Lamech does create through his son a picture of the coming Messiah. For the coming Messiah does give us rest from our work, the work of trying to earn our own salvation. And eventually, the Messiah's reign on earth will bring the curse to an end. So only the Messiah will end the curse. Only sa pamamagitan ng Messiah, when he reigns, ang curse na ito eventually ay mawawala. So, what is the message in Genesis chapter 5? Genesis chapter 5 is a message of hope na even though ang tao ay nagrebelde laban sa Diyos, God Himself would one day gagawin niyang tama ang lahat. At God would restore everything. So, and the hope sa atin ng mga makasalanang tao ay walang iba kundi si Jesu Cristo. And He's inviting us, He's inviting you to repent and come back to God. And He's knocking at the door of your heart. And if you will open your heart to receive Him as your Lord and Savior, papasok siya, and siya ay ahari sa iyong puso, sa iyong buhay. So, again, the hope of mankind ay walang iba kundi si Jesu Cristo. There's only one hope, and that is the Lord